Somebody asked the question, like, if you had to fully restart from zero, everything got deleted, what would be like your first steps?
Okay. I'm probably gonna give out like some secret stuff here.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have an interview with Dilly Got It Bumpin', and guys, I am hyped for you to watch this. This interview is going to blow your mind because this is somebody who has almost made $1 million from type beats. Now, in the video that Dilly made, it was super inspiring and it's amazing to see those kind of numbers, but he didn't talk much about his marketing or the tactics that he used to make that much money selling beats online. So you already know what I had to do during this interview. And also shout out to Dilly. He's a super nice, humble, and just all around great guy. Even after the call, we still continued talking for like 2.5 hours. It was insane. As always with these Heat interviews, the full interview can be accessed in our course about selling beats online, which you can find linked in the description below with our free masterclass. And hey, you shouldn't be there for just the interviews either. The amount of gems that we have jam-packed in this course are truly unlike no other, and I believe it's the best way if you want to start selling beats online. Now, without any further ado, let's start this interview. A question I want to follow up with that is kind of like, I think a lot of producers who like take the next step in kind of wanting to sell beats kind of enter like the entrepreneurial space. Have you like, one, I guess, would you identify as somebody who's an entrepreneur, and kind of like before selling beats, did you ever do like any other certain specific ways to make money with the passion you had before?
Yeah, so I probably would consider myself entrepreneur first, beat maker second, but now, I mean, they go, I don't know, that's tough to say. Like, I feel like that's almost a weird thing to say in this community.
Yeah.
But yeah, before, so when I was like 17 in high school, I had a business on Twitter instead of working a job, because I just have a hatred for jobs. Like, it just doesn't work for me. Mm-hmm. And so I had a business on Twitter, and I would grow my Twitter accounts. I started out with like 0 followers. I started an account called Optical Illusions, like something like generic but trendy. And this was in the early days of Twitter, and I would pay bigger accounts to retweet me. I started getting a following, and then I'd trade retweets all day with like similar sized accounts. And then I'd start posting like Google ads, like with the pick Twitter link back in the day. And like you could change the URL to like pi.c Twitter, and it would actually take it to like a website that you would be getting paid for the ads on. And so yeah, I ran a business like that, and I didn't make a ton of money, but like my best week was like $500 a week. But like as a high schooler, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And so like, yeah, I was doing all that kind of stuff, and then I was playing college basketball, junior college basketball, and so that was, I mean, that's like 40 to 60 hours a week. Yeah. So like I couldn't do that and school and the business. But then I kind of like lost interest in basketball because I didn't see myself going to the NBA, because I'm like a 6'2" white guy. And
fair.
Which in the basketball world, that's pretty short. Mm-hmm. And then, so I didn't see myself going to the NBA. So I started like messing around with like entrepreneurial stuff again. And I hired a Chinese developer to write an app for me, like a game. And then I got it on the app store and stuff like that, but it never took off because like I didn't have any money, so I couldn't afford like a really good developer. Mm-hmm. And the game was all glitchy and stuff like that. But so I was just trying like anything and everything to make money like without a job and do that kind of stuff. So I definitely like kind of like, I don't know if it's a natural inclination, but when I see an opportunity, I kind of like, I don't think terribly conventional, I don't think. Mm-hmm. And like, I'm cool with like going my own way and trying to figure it out.
What opportunity did you, like, what made you say like, okay, like beats, like, did you have formal music theory knowledge? Like, what kind of opened your eye up to start doing beats?
No formal music theory. Like I said in that video that I didn't like make my first beat till I was 20. Mm-hmm. I didn't like think about music until I was 20. Really? Like, yeah, but one of my teammates showed me GarageBand, and he was like, hey, you can make beats in this. And like, I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's like do that during study hall. And so I would just like make beats during study hall. and they're like the horrible like beep beep boop bop beep beep, you know those ones. Like, but yeah, but I like had a blast doing it. It felt like playing video games, and that kind of like, oh, it wasn't like a huge into video games, but I'd like play video games fun. I play like NBA 2K and stuff like that. So in my free time in like college, and that would be my second year of college, that replaced video games. So I was just doing that all the time. And then like in the back of my mind, I've always had a belief that like you can pick something and get like professionally good at it. Like if anybody has done it, then you can do it. Like just first step is just like professional level, where like I'm talking like that $800 to $1,500 a month where you're paying your bills. Like anyone can do that. Like they have to be able to if you dedicate all your time and effort into it. And so, but I just kept like once I started making beats, I was like addicted. It was so much fun. I was like, okay, well now I want to actually make these good. Like how do I like learn how? So I would go to YouTube, watch like sampling tutorial. I like learned about sampling. I was like, oh, you don't have to like be crazy good at music theory knowledge. Like Kanye doesn't probably know how to play piano chords. And then just like, so I sampled for a while, and then like you run into a point where it's like, well, that's difficult legally. And then I started like, I was kind of playing piano in the background, but then like when COVID hit, I started to be like, okay, now I'm only gonna post beats that I like made from scratch, or like other than like the vocal sample and stuff like that. But so I've had to like necessarily like I've looked at what's required and what makes the most sense, and then I'll just do that. Like say I have to learn piano, well, I'll just learn piano.
Do you feel like, all right, well now I gotta ask because it's the company, how much do you feel like the course had helped you early on? Straight up honest.
Yeah, for real. I think early on, quite a bit, like just kind of organizing the business. Like I think that was, I haven't really taken advantage of the email marketing. I think that's something I'm slacking on. So I'm not saying that that's like wasn't valuable. I'm sure like I've used it a little bit. I've used it for sales. Like it's been huge on Black Friday and stuff like that with email marketing. And I don't think I did it as well as Robin did it with like getting his personality involved and that kind of stuff. So I had never really truly tested it that well. But it was incredibly valuable. Like organizing my business, making sure everything's automated, make sure everything's like, just like the processes and like, I mean, it's been a while, so I don't remember like all the details, but I'm sure there was like, a lot of my business early days was like modeled after that. So I think I would have been a lot more sloppy with the organization of my business if it wasn't for that. So, I mean, the value I got out of it for sure.
Somebody asked the question, like if you had to fully restart from zero, like everything got deleted, or just what advice would you give to a new person? Kind of like what would be like your first steps that you would take if you had to do everything over again with the knowledge you have now?
Okay. I'm probably going to give out like some secret stuff here, but what I would do so now I have a mortgage and stuff like that because I bought this house and all that kind of stuff. So like I would have to start making money quick. So what I would do is I would probably go the collab game first, but the catch on this is you have to be good at making samples, and that takes a few years. So with my skills, so I think I'll answer this, what I would do with my skills and what I would do, and then I'll answer what I'd do starting from scratch.
Awesome.
So with my skills, I would start making samples, like 3 to 5 a day, send them to everybody I know, try to get YouTube collabs, try to get BeatStars collab, like added as collaborators on BeatStars. And that's how I would make a living quick. You can go from like, you could probably go 0 to like 5K a month in like 3 months, I feel like. At least I feel like that, but maybe that's different because I've been making samples like for like 5 years. So it's like, the variable is how good you are at sampling. Yeah. I mean, if you're sending like those beep bop beep like GarageBand loops, I mean, you can send 25 of those a day.
It's gonna be rough.
So that's what I would do. And then I've been hyped about my new YouTube channel. So I think I would do that to support my like new YouTube channel where I'm like filming videos of me making beats, and then sell samples probably off of that, sample packs. But if I were to start from scratch, do you want me to say if you're not super experienced making beats, or you are and your beats are at that level? Because there's a different answer for different points.
Let's do that you are experienced, because I feel like a lot of people, because like somebody messaged me today, he's been uploading to YouTube for about a year, he has like 10 to 40 views consistently. So like, let's do experience. Like they can sell beats.
Okay, well, the first thing I'd ask, if you have 10 to 40 views per video, like I would take a real honest like look at yourself and be like, are my beats good? They might not be good. They might be weird and abstract, and which is cool, but you're not going to sell those. So I mean, sometimes you have to kind of like humble yourself, and I had to do that quite a bit. Like in the beginning, I was like, why aren't these blowing up? These are amazing. And they were just like, they really weren't that good. Like, so that might be part of it. That might be the variable. But okay, hypothetically, they are good and they're just not getting the views. Then I would look at your keywords. So I would not target Drake type beat every single day, like if you have nothing. However, I have seen that work. So that kind of like makes me question that, but I just wouldn't do that. If I really need to get the ball rolling from scratch on a YouTube channel, I'm going with like hyper specific niches, because they're small enough. Like I'm probably nowadays, like I wouldn't go after like a J-Rock type beat, or like who's even somewhere like, I mean, Jid is pretty big, but I would just go like, I would just go way smaller artists, like artists with like maybe 1 million followers on Instagram or something like that. That people are for sure searching up, and the people that are searching them up are diehard fans and like want to have that sound, the artists that are trying to be like them. So start with the niches, because you can run those, and then you're going to start to build a following. This is assuming your beats are good. If your beats are good, this will work. If the beats aren't good, like it's just like,
yeah, that's the product. Yeah,
like at the end of the day.
Now, do you still use Tubebuddy? Or was it vidIQ? Like, are you like religiously invested in those, or you're kind of at the point of where it's just kind of like rinse and repeat almost with keywords? So to be 100% real, I don't know if like my YouTube advice is going to be like the number one advice right now, because my views aren't like, I'm not like top 5 YouTube views getter right now, like I used to be. And so I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm actually figuring out this process myself right now. I'm having to reevaluate where I'm at. So I will use it once in a while to search like to see like, is a Kanye West keyword actually like doing the same, like getting the same search volume as like Drake? So it's like Drake gets like 5 times the search volume as Kanye West on type beats. And I did that through Tubebuddy. And so, I mean, any information that you can learn about the industry and the market is going to be valuable. Like what I learned recently is like Baby Keem is way bigger than Kanye West as far as search volume, which is actually crazy. Really?
For type beats.
I wouldn't have guessed that. That's crazy. Okay.
I wouldn't have either. So like, so I kind of, I bet, this is just a thought I had. I was like, I bet I'm sleeping on Jack Harlow type beats right now. But
maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'll use those once in a while. I think those really help out as a beginner, and I think they're good to like check back with once in a while. But right now I kind of just like survey the whole market and see what's getting views right now, and I kind of like try to stay in touch with like what's popular right now. Like I know, like I said, I mean, I don't even know if I want to say this because other people might run with it, and like, but like the Jack Harlow, he's hot right now. Like everyone's talking about Jack Harlow. Like, and then now that I think about it, I can't think of many top beat makers using Jack Harlow. And
yeah, so
I bet we're all sleeping on that, and I bet someone's coming up right now through Jack Harlow type beats. So, yeah, so just kind of like paying attention like to the culture and what's happening right now, and what artists are paying attention to. And so I do a combination of the just my sense from paying attention to it so long, and then the check the analytics to back it up.
Awesome. I love that answer. I think it's like the perfect answer, like seeing just every industry has their trends, and with the type beat industry, it's which rapper is trending, and kind of being a part of like that underground scene, or just like you said, the culture, and seeing like what people are actually listening to right now, because that will translate over into the YouTube search volumes. It's awesome, dude. I love that explanation. Sweet. Okay. So now getting into some more juicier stuff. Dun dun dun. When you first started out, and even to now, you're like, dude, what the hell? I guess when you first started and kind of where you are today, I know on your pro page you have like sign up for a free beat for your email list people can download. You know, how much are you using email within your business? Do you use, I saw somebody had a question about like BeatStars promo and ads, kind of like, do you use any of those marketing systems, or is it just simply posting beats on YouTube where you have this audience?
I would say it's a combination. Posting beats to YouTube, but I get like half the views I was getting like a year ago. And honestly, I'm still trying to figure that out. I wonder if it's because I've been kind of spreading myself out a little bit more and trying like playing the sample game a little bit, and now making videos. So I'm curious if it like does require 100% of your focus to be on top, and that might be the case, but I don't know. But because of the dip, I've had to figure out other ways to earn money through this. And so it's still great. YouTube traffic is amazing, and I still get that at a pretty high level. And like relatively, there's certainly people that do higher than me, but so I get the YouTube traffic. Email marketing is something I'm slacking on. I like the idea of just providing almost like way too much value, like giving free unlimited for-profit beats when I can. I will try to cook up something quick and hopefully it's good and just send it out to everyone who's ever bought a beat from me, and everyone should sign up to my email list, because I believe I have like 40,000 people on my email list. But I haven't figured out how to really like capitalize on it, and I think it's just a lack of consistency. Like every few weeks I'll just send out a free for-profit beat, and I do notice I get sales from that, but I have to like create the free for-profit beat. So that, I mean, that's a lot of work, but I think it's something if I prioritize, I still think I could just like make myself more efficient to be able to do that. I think maybe that's why I'm slacking, but so I know that's a great lane, and I know I have an opportunity there, but I haven't figured out how to capitalize on it like I should. And I just like, I don't like being like a value like sucker, like just like, hey, code buy for me. I like to like give people so much value that like they almost feel like in debt to you.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's kind of, and like, it's a win-win for both sides. Like, they don't have to buy a beat either. It's cool if they do, but like, they also get a free beat. They like you. It's just great. And then, BeatStars promo. I love BeatStars promo. Not like the tracks individually. I would say take your top, if you're selling beats already, making a couple $1,000s a month or whatever, I would just take your top 3 to 5 tracks and just throw like even $5 a day, and maybe the top 3, and spend $15 a day. I think it'll pay off. It's paid off for me. Like, I invest quite a bit in BeatStars ads.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think those are slept on. And I know people who run their whole business through that. Like, I think they've done interviews about it, so I think I can say it. But like Anyway Well, Beats, they do their whole thing through BeatStars promo, I believe. And so, you can build a real sustainable business. Like, I don't think they have much of a YouTube following. So, I mean, you can really run. I love that too. I love that BeatStars is becoming more and more of a like legitimate platform, like to make sales, and a legitimate marketplace where people are really going on there and searching, because they're on the side of the producer and the artist too. Like, they want it to be fair for everyone, but YouTube doesn't care about either. No. They're so big. Like, we're just like the tiniest thing of all time to YouTube. So I like that BeatStars is getting very, very legit, because you could build a business for sure on BeatStars alone.